Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining. Today is Wednesday, and I am so excited. I know it's been a while since I've gone live. I have not had anything that I wanted to really talk about until now. Some of you who know understand that I am actually outside on my patio, so you might hear cars going by. A lot of people, some people know why I'm on the patio, and some of you you'll find out later. But anyway, I'm sitting on the patio, and oftentimes we realize that things happen for a reason. And so I'm just going to believe that my family's here visiting, and so I'm glad to get an opportunity to see them later, and, God knows that that will happen. I'm not gonna give any names because I don't like giving names of people that's out of town, away from their homes, so you don't need to know, but it's just folks around that, I just definitely have to get around to see. But anyway, you guys, this is just a quick introduction. You're gonna be hearing a whole lot from me because I have a lot to say in this season. I've been quiet about elections. I haven't talked too much about it, but this year, I'm going to talk about it. Why? Because we are being lulled into a sleep. Don't fall asleep on this season, you guys. There's something that's happening, and I am surprised that there are still as many followers of the R45. R45, y'all know who that is, that they're still following him. The funny part about it is the Republicans are not Donald Trump. But unfortunately, he is a Republican and he is their running person, right? So now you guys know exactly who I'm talking about, but we're not going to say that name. I'm going to try my best not to say that name anymore. So here we are. We're getting ready to have this election, and everybody was complaining about Biden. He was too old. He needed to get out of the election because he just wasn't going to be able to fulfill the duties. Well, you know what? The tables have turned, and we are seeing something else 45 under the microscope. What's so important about that? You guys, there have been some very harsh and ugly things said by him and his campaign partner, Vance. There have been some very hard things and ugly things said. There have been some accusations made that aren't true. So I'm gonna unfold all of that for you. I've been just gathering up my information and seeing what I want to talk about. But more than anything, I want us as people, we don't want to fight anymore. We're tired of fighting. We're tired of being mad at our neighbors. We're tired of just this whole hoopla. We don't want to do that anymore. He is trying his best to create a war situation against people in our own United States. He wants us to fight each other because he loses. Not because the party loses, but because he's going to lose or he will lose. He's willing to sacrifice us all for his political gain, for his financial gain. And it's been going on for years. So you guys, we have to fight back. I don't know what everybody what their political positions are. And it doesn't even matter. It's not about party anymore. It's about who you are getting ready to have as your president, who you are getting ready to have as your president. If that man gets in office again, we have some problems. You guys thought we had problems before. You haven't seen anything yet. I am terrified of the possibility of he being in office again. He hates anything that's not like him. His whole party they're nervous. They're worried about what's going to happen next. How is this going to pan out? But I tell you what, I believe that God knows every single thing that's going on. I believe that God is going to fix it. But more than that, I believe that God is not going to let us be mistreated, not another day. The Bible says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And I'm telling you what, women especially have been last. We have been There has been a movement since the beginning of time as to what role we get to have in this world. We are subservient. We have been this or that. It doesn't matter your credentials or anything. What matters is now that how they feel about you, how they categorize you, DEI or whatever, that you're not worthy of all of your hard work. Kamala Harris has done the work. And they're saying, well, she slept with someone to get there. Well, you know what? If she slept somewhere to get where she is, she couldn't sleep her way there to keep it. She could not sleep herself into keeping a position. If she slept her way to get it, then doggone it, she better come with the goods to keep it. Because if everyone knows if someone did that, they have to have the credentials and the smarts and the wherefore to do the job. And she has proven it over and over and over. Now, her, his 45's vice president, wow, that's a whole nother thing. So in this season, vote with your heart. Vote with your heart. I know if it just feels better to me on the Democratic side. The Republican side, or the let me put it this way, not the Republicans, the rallies that this person has. They're so angry. They're so stressed out. Their mouths are tight and they're, yeah, get them. We want to get them. Everybody wants to fight everybody. But we're not doing that in this season. We are not trying to fight anybody. We don't want a war between us. What the heck? We don't want to be mad at each other anymore. We're tired of that. We are tired of the division. We're tired of fighting. And we're not going to fight. Just like her campaign is saying, we're not going back. What is it that you want? You want Jim Crow back? If you pay attention, even some of the ones who support him, listen to what he's saying and watch what he's doing. That will make the determination for you. Watch what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying and watch what he's doing. He is literally trying to shipwreck this democracy and trying to shipwreck this country. And if you have not read that 2025 document, you need to read it. Don't just go by what you think. You need to read it. The first page should make your blood run cold. The first page. When he talks about dismantling, they want to dismantle our government as we know it. They want to dismantle things. They want to have a coalition of people who decides who gets to have government jobs. They want to create a profile page, kind of profile entity, kind of like LinkedIn, where you put in your credentials and then they will decide if a person is qualified or not, or if they have to put one of their conservative group people in the position. So, ladies, if you have a job that's of any rank, they're coming looking at that. And of course, they're going to want a conservative male. I'll leave it there in that position. It's scary, you guys. And I want you to wake up. You're going to be hearing from me a lot. This is the time that my big sis is going to speak. I don't know what time I'm going to speak every day. I don't know if I'm going to speak 50 times a day. But starting today, you're going to be hearing from me. And I'm going to break this thing up to you. I'm going to break it up into little teeny pieces because what you need to do is understand who we're dealing with. And ladies, you ones that don't want your husbands knowing that you don't agree with 45 or you don't agree with his running mate, guess what? It's okay. I get it. But when you get in that booth, you better vote your heart because a lot of people who are voting that way have angry men in their houses, angry women in their houses. You're mad. People, I've answered the phone to a customer before, and they start off yelling at what Biden didn't do or what so and so didn't do, or how Trump is going to make America great again. What does that mean? if that means Jim Crow, it was never great for us. If that means before the voting rights of women, that was never great for us. If that means determining what a woman can do with her body, that's not great for us. Some women, like myself, he said, childless cat women. I had ovarian cancer, the reason why I didn't have children. How dare he even utter, his vice president, even utter that I don't have a voice in this world because I don't have children? Come on, you guys, especially the ladies. My goodness, you already know what this is. This is ugly. This is ugly on so many levels, and we have to deal with it. So, starting today, this I think it's the 15th, August the 15th, 2024, we are going to start talking about it. And if I lose some friends, then I lose some friends. But what I'm not going to do is let somebody play in my face and act like there's no way a black woman, black Indian woman could be smart, that she would have to be DEI in order to beat him. She would have to be something less than a smart, stellar woman who worked hard to get what she has. And that this army veteran, her running mate, Walls, my dad was a veteran. But how was it that if you had money you could dodge the war? My dad had to fight in the Vietnam and Korean War. But this is the person that we want to have as the leader of our country, someone who was a draft dodger 4 times and ended up getting out of the draft because of bone spurs. But that was only after the government had given him an exam and say he was fit to serve. It's in the public records. He was fit to serve. My dad had to serve. He had to leave his family. I was just a baby and he had to leave and serve. So God bless you all for joining. You're going to hear from me again today, later on when I come back with my receipts. God bless you and thank you again. Have a beautiful day. This my big sis speaks. That's it and that's all.